What we're going to do is look at our fourth video for the summer packet. This right now we're going to be looking at is order of operations and substitution. For order of operations, the first step is always to work on the parentheses. Then we look at the exponents, multiplication and division, and the order goes left to right, adding and subtracting, and the order also goes left to right. So if we're looking at the first one, what we have is addition and multiplication. So the multiplication goes first, and that would be 15. So 2 plus 15. 2 plus 15 is 17, and that gives us our answer. For the second one, where we see division and multiplication. So division comes first because left to right, that would be first. So 30 divided by 6 gives us 5. Then we have to decide multiplication or subtraction. Multiplication comes first. So we have 25 minus 1, which is 24. Now for the next one, what we have is parentheses. I'm going to do the two parentheses at once. 6 minus 2 is 4. 7 times 2 is 14. 4 minus 14 gives us negative 10. Let's look at one more. If we're looking at the bottom one, 4 minus 7 is negative 3. Then we're going to square it. Negative 3 squared gives us 9. Then we have to decide addition or multiplication. We're going to do multiplication. So it's 9 plus negative 6, which is negative 3. Now, the next one that we're going to look at is evaluating using substitution. So with substitution, what we see is that x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 8. So we're going to plug in the 1 in for the x. We're going to plug in the 8 in for the y. 1 minus 8 is negative 7. If we look at the one below it, we're going to plug in the 4 in for the m. We're going to plug in the negative 3 in for the n. We're going to first do the exponents. So we have 4 plus 9, and 4 plus 9 is 13. Now, when we're looking at number 2, what we're going to do is we're going to fill in the table for each of the equations. So we're going to take the negative 1 and plug it in. Negative 1 plus 2 gives us a 1. Then we're going to plug in a 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. Then we're going to plug in a 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. So with letter D, we have 2 minus x. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 2 minus a negative 1. Negative is a positive, so that would really be 2 plus 1, which is 3. Then what we're going to do is we're going to plug in a 0. So we're going to go 2 minus 0, which is 2. And then the last one is 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. Let's look at one more of these. Here we're going to plug in a negative 1. So we have 2, and then we plug in a negative 1 minus 1. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Minus 1 is negative 3. When we plug in the 0, 2 times 0 is 0. Minus 1 is negative 1. And then when we plug in the 2, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3.